Disrupt yourself or be disrupted with Nicky, a kick-ass author, international keynote speaker, digital knowledge amplifier, and a voice for those who yearn to reinvent themselves. Disrupting yourself is the key to progress and growth in the world of disruptive technologies.
Does Africa have an advantage in terms of data, us having our own data? Do you think we have an advantage in regards to that?
We have advantage in everything. The continent is rich with everything.
Right.
What makes life? Let's take away electricity, processed food, and what makes life? Isn't that jungle, that environment,
right?
The resources,
nature, natural.
Everything
things.
is here.
Yeah.
Everything that is processed and produced comes from the continent.
True.
We just need to know. The knowing is the problem. You see, that is the colonization.
Yes, the lack of knowledge.
They gave you a tree. You don't realize it can be paper. It can be chair. It can be a table. You go and buy it from UK. The material, you don't realize this can produce quality material.
Right.
You go and buy them from wherever, India or what. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
The continent on its own is rich with the mineral resources, knowledge, intelligence. We export so much knowledge here. So many bright people come from here. They go outside.
outside.
They work at the Silicon Valley. They produce solutions that becomes our problems here that we are talking about.
Right. Right. Speaking of the brain drain, how do you think we can solve this problem as a continent?
What's that?
Because the brain drain in terms of talent leaving the continent and going over there, creating innovations that become now problems for us as a continent. How do we solve that problem?
Make the
to be able to
attractive,
right?
Attractive and building the economy. So things like digital inclusion and digital solution will start activating trade in the continent. Do you know what makes a country or a continent poor? It's the weakness of trade inside. The inability to have consumers and trading happening. That's what weakens the value of the country or continent.
Wow.
But when you start trading inside, it grows the economy. The market grows. The demand for these cups is no longer 100 people.
Right.
1,000. So we're hiring more people. So because of that, if we don't get to a level where we start trading here and start creating opportunities within, we will always lose them.
Right.
They will always leave because I studied with some smart people. The reason why they left, I can say that they didn't have a good problem to solve here. Or they didn't have enough knowing to understand they can create a problem here, like me. You see, they thought maybe they want an organized ship that is already moving, then they work on it. My belief is, if it's not there, create it.
I think for most of the reason why we're losing so much talent, as much as that is also an issue, and corruption as well maybe is an issue, but I also feel like it's a mindset thing where people believe that if you're this smart, then you shouldn't be in Africa. Right, you should just leave and go to the other side.
And you go and struggle.
Yeah, because I remember after my book came out and it had a lot of attention and things like that, I started hearing people talking about, but what are you doing in Africa? As if
you're not supposed to be here.
You get what I'm saying? So, and these are African, like these are people we grow up, some of them that we grow up together. They start feeling like, Nicky, at your level, you shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be in Africa. Almost like, I'm wasting, right? What am I doing here? So I feel like more than anything, it's a mindset thing where we have been told that if you are smart to a certain level, don't be in Africa. Like almost like Africa doesn't deserve to have smart people. You know,
the hate of self.
Thank you.
Listen, we are no longer walking a journey of being given things and we walk out, we go out of retirement and we own nothing. We are creating.
Right.
It does not matter how far we take it. We are planting trees, and those trees are companies. They're skyscrapers. However we stop it, our kids are going to take it further. Right. That's how you create the generation. We are no longer joining your skyscraper that we just become a number. No. If you are talking success and you're talking, yes, they're advancing their own way. I've been traveling around the world. They are talking about being in a system that is already built. I understand that, but we are the builders of the system here.
Absolutely.
Do I want to be part of the system that already works, or I want to be part of the creating the system? That's the difference. We are called for different things. We are the answer to what God knew will be a problem. And when we start supplying and the flow is existing, and when they decide to come back, we will be owning.
Yeah, absolutely. This is exactly what I said to some of my friends that said that. I ask, if all of us keep running away, who is going to change the African narrative?
What's your calling? What are you called to do?
Exactly. So I was like, as much as you don't see value or sort of look down because I'm in Africa, I feel that my presence is needed here. I feel like my purpose is linked to Africa. I feel like I was called to be one of those that has to help change the African narrative.
I feel that.
It's like I can't leave. I can't just up and leave.
That's your mandate.
Because
That's your
everyone
assignment.
is leaving. And I remember telling a friend of mine, I probably will be miserable in the US or Canada or UK, wherever you people are going, because my heart is really here on the continent.
Yes.
I want to be the part of that change. In any small, maybe
it's happening right now.
Maybe one book at a time.
Yes.
Maybe
one message at a time.
One podcast at a time.
Yes.
Just driving these conversations to be able to make that difference, right? Instead of just upping and leaving and saying, I'm looking for greener pasture. No, we are creating our own green pastures here.
The green is green. The green is green here. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So it's quite interesting, the type of mindset that we have been told that it's happening over there and you cannot make it here.
I can tell you now, everyone who has left and is doing well wherever they went, they're just working. They're just working.
Yeah.
Nothing special. After 20 years, there's nothing we can see that you've done.
Right.
Nothing. You can't show it because it already was existing. You can't say I was pushing this spreadsheet, I was doing this VBA. It's not special. It's not.
It's not. It's definitely
when you ask Mr. Banks, what has he done? He will tell you he has onboarded so many young entrepreneurs to Pick and Pay. He has built a continental platform that connected the continent. He has become the bricks, whatever. He's become the channel of vehicle of moving.
Right.
You know what I mean? He has become the guy who created a platform for technology and our young innovators to be in, to start working, to start buying houses. The salary he earns there, we pay it here.
Right. I love that.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, and that's another thing. Many people going over, they're looking for a job.
Yes.
They're not necessarily going to build platforms or do anything. They just want to plug themselves in a system that already exists.
Do we want to be part of we got out of corporate because of that. We want to be part of the remarkable movement.
Yeah.
Something that when they read the people who have done it, you will be on the list. Nicky Verde.
Absolutely.
She came in the 1900s and the 2000s. And she was part of the muscle and the vessel of speaking the continental connection.
Right.
And her voice became so powerful that she ended up connecting with who?
Right.
That's the message.
Yeah, that's the message.
We don't remember everyone else.
Right.
My father worked for 45 years at Transnet. He used to be a hard worker. He's in the office at 4 a.m. until 6, 7.
Right.
If you ask anybody now if he knows him, they probably don't remember him. I am not walking a journey of that.
Absolutely.
I'm walking a journey of remembrance. That's why my team, I tell them, what you are doing is legacy. Your kids will be remembered for your kids. As soon as they say your name, they've got a platform.
Right. That's so amazing. Have you noticed this trend? It actually started, I think it started way back, but 2019 amplified it with the year of return that the Ghanaian government did, where they're bringing back African Americans that used to be in the States, like coming back on the continent, giving them visas and all of that. So it has escalated so much that there's so many of the African American community that are looking at coming back to Africa. 100%. And that warms my heart. And I'm so excited. Just thinking about it gives me chills because I'm like, people are looking to come back here.
Akon
Why
is
on
doing
earth
that.
would I be fighting to go over there?
Is Akon building his own smart city in Senegal?
Right.
Yes, because he knows it's going to be much more remarkable doing it here. Why don't you do it in New York? It's already done. There's no space.
Africa has the real problems.
Yes.
I think that innovation has sort of come to a standstill over there.
That's why I said, when I was in Rwanda, I was talking to the African Leadership University. I said, Africa is blessed with problems.
Right.
And we are the solution.
Absolutely.
But the knowing how and which one is my assignment is the advantage.
Right.
So, people mistake my confidence for arrogance, but it's because I believe in what I do enough that I can walk without you. With or without you, I'm
Right.
And somehow I became who I said I was. Because there's so many people who said I won't make it in this journey.
Right.
And some people who interviewed me for some awards that didn't give me because they thought I wasn't.
Right.
And when I'm becoming the person that I always knew I am, to be that person, you need the confidence.
Right.
And what lacks in the continent, some of it is the ability to understand that you are the person. You are the solution. You know what? You are the sent one.